crypto currently has 150 million users. The adoption rate is 113% a year. So it's basically twice as fast as the fastest adoption of any technology in all recorded history. So it's happening at lightning pace. Everybody is coming into the space, the institutions, the sovereign wealth funds, retail investors from ETFs, nation states, everybody. Even the SEC is saying they're trying to help people here. They're actually not. They're actually doing the opposite. They're exposing them to a risk that they don't understand, which is the premium and discount that futures contracts can trade at. They don't allow ordinary people to trade futures contracts, but they think it's okay to allow them to trade an ETF based on futures contracts. It's nonsense to me. They know it's suboptimal, but I also understand the fact that the current system, the SEC and others don't know how to deal with the physical ownership part of Bitcoin for the ETF. Is that secure enough? Because what would be even worse is if they can't make it secure enough, and I think it is secure, but it's a false narrative, and that money got hacked, then suddenly there'll be no money left and everybody could lose everything. I think that's entirely wrong because there's very, very few hacks of any of the major exchanges. Everything has changed. This is not 2017 anymore or Mt. Gox 2013. But part of me would say, yes, they kind of understand that people are going to get disappointed, but I don't think they're that Machiavellian. Part of it is he's in his own political battle to who regulates this. So what he's doing is shaking the saber saying, somebody needs to regulate this and it's going to be me. At the same time, the CFTC are trying to do the same. The Fed are looking at other ways of regulating, the OCC. So all of these agencies are fighting who's going to regulate it. Why? Because they know it's big and it's power. So whoever gets it gets all the power. So I think that's fair. I think they're also looking at this with the eyes of a 1934 securities law, which is nonsense. What this really is real-time venture capitalism for the everyday person. The everyday person has been shut out of the big opportunities because you have to be accredited. You need to go through a financial institution. There's barrier after barrier after barrier, so only the rich people get access. This is what has to change within this. This is allowing, if you don't deal with them as securities, you're going to allow everybody to be able to participate in this kind of early stage VC where the big gains are. I think there's a big battle that's being drawn up. He is showing the hard line because that's how you negotiate. All trade negotiators, everybody does the same thing. No, never going to happen. Obviously, what happens is they reach a grand compromise. There's too much money in this space, too many young voters in this, too much innovation in this space for him to come down and say, we're gonna prosecute all of these tokens as securities. Everyone's going to prison. It's just never going to happen because something is unique. This is a distributed network of owners around the world from 150 million people that will soon be 1 billion people. So their ability to control it is almost zero. It's a fascinating space. It is really anti-establishment at its core and creates a new world based around kind of distributed ownership and proven ownership of assets that people can't mess around with. Well, people are making it easier now. Things like PayPal allow you to use that. So most people have a PayPal app or a Square app or one of these payment systems. Revolut in the UK is another one. You can just buy it there. That's an easy way to start. Because it's harder to set up an exchange, you could set up a brokerage account. You could do it that way too. Or you can buy, ETF. There's one launching in the UK. There's one in Germany, there's ones all around the world, Canada, the US. So there's plenty of ways to participate now and more will come. But I do urge people to participate. Just dollar cost average, put a little bit in, don't risk too much, don't use leverage, and just participate in something that could be the biggest thing any of us have ever seen. I think right now it's a $2.5 trillion asset class. Most of the major asset classes around the world, equities, bonds, real estate are between 150 and 350 trillion. So I think this goes to 200 trillion in the next 10 years. So that's 100x for an asset class. Mankind has never seen that before. So it's an opportunity for everybody because everybody can own 10% of their assets in this. Everybody, the richest and the poorest.